Hello everyone. What are we saying? How is everyone doing? I hope you've had a nice day so far. I am incredibly full. I got back home minutes ago, literally. I've just been out and had some food and I was like, oh my God, I've got 4 minutes until I'm supposed to be live on the internet. So I've just turned everything on and gone live like a crazy person. And I'm burping and I'm full of food. Oh my God, my problem. I was getting restless. I've been just flicking between screens and then practicing the drums a bit, and then flicking between screens and practicing the drums a bit. I published a lesson today, so that was like a good amount of morning done, but properly full now. Today's exciting day because, as Tugger Drums just pointed out in chat, Tesseract have re-released One, which I just played the first song off of that record, our first ever album from 15 years ago, which is flipping stupid. We re-released it on vinyl because it didn't get enough copies the first time, and there hasn't been a repressing for flipping ages. So we re-released it on vinyl, and there's two different vinyls. There's a fancy red one, which is exclusive to us, and then there's a white one, which is exclusive for stores of some kind. And you can't get it anymore. It's already sold out. So that's I'm sorry if you were hoping to get a copy and you're not going to be able to because it's already gone. My microphone is pointing in a weird direction. There we go, that's a bit better. Yeah, Morris, who's in chat, left a message in the Discord earlier and was like, it's out of stock already. And I left a message with our management to check if that was true, because I don't know how these things work. And it turns out that is true. So with vinyl, you have to put in, even with a pre-order, you have to put in an order quantity like 3 months in advance, which was done 3 months ago. And yeah, so that as many exist as exist, and we can't do anything about it now. So if you didn't get one already, soz. I think there was 30 copies left in the UK this morning, so I guess I'm not getting a copy. I guess the people in the band aren't getting a copy. I've still got a copy of the original one. I don't need a copy of the repress. I know how the songs go. I was there 15 years ago with hair and less grey hairs on my face and other areas. You don't need to know about that. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's mental to think about just how long all this has been going and how it kind of goes by like super quick. It's just a flash in my mind really, because it's happened, and yeah, it is wild. But lots of adventures have been had, lots of tours have been done, lots of people met, lots of relationships made, and it's somehow still onwards and upwards with this crazy project. You guys don't really know much of what's going on at the moment, but a lot of things are in the works for the next round of Tesseract. Some of you know this, but I fly to the UK next week on Tuesday to start recording new stuff, and that's exciting and terrifying because the new stuff isn't like locked down like it normally is. There's a couple of songs, but for the most part it's kind of ideas that are being built on, and building on ideas, and it is something that has to continue to happen when working on this stuff. But it means that I can't practice. I can't get it as accurate as the demo before I get there, because it's constantly evolving and changing. So I can work on something and then it goes and then it changes, and I've not wasted all this time, but it's kind of part of the process of being in Tesseract. So many ideas get put forward, and then what actually ends up making the cut, you don't know. So what do you spend the time on? And the answer is you have to spend the time on all of it. And that's like, oh, but what if that one doesn't make it? I've made this, not made this decision. I've done this so many times before, and even though I've done it a million times before, I still get annoyed that I don't know exactly what we're recording. But that's not the point, is it? It's not the point to know exactly what you're recording. It's the point to just be able to play things well enough that when you're in the studio you can do something cool, and that's kind of what we're going for. Yeah, there was a song called, I can't say the name of it because it might end up being the actual name, and that would upset some people. There's a song that I've been working on that I thought I've got this 100% down, and then got sent a new version with a load of changed things 2 days ago. No, yesterday in fact. But the new version is better. So it's like, I can't be mad at that. I'm kind of pleased that the new version's better. It's like, that's a sick groove. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy playing that. Damn it, I've only got a couple of days to learn it. Tesseract. Flipping Tesseract. So anyway, With it being the 15-year anniversary of 1, I thought it'd be nice to play through maybe even all of 1. Or maybe try and get through all of that on the stream. So I just played Lament. I'll play the next song, Nascent. If you guys have got any questions in chat, chuck them in, and let's go. No brakes. I mean, that would be maximum zone 2 fun times. I can't even tell because I haven't got my my Apple Watch on. We could go straight into part 1 though. What are you guys saying? Should we do it? Let's do it. Imagine that. Imagine if that's how it went. Almost made a little boo-boo there. Think I recovered it. I've just turned the input down a little bit in case I just saw low ends distorting. It might be distorting a little bit because I like low end. There are some things that you just never forget because you've done them a million times. But then there are also things that you do forget. Oh my god, I'm breaking another stick. What? Yeah, my sticks are breaking. What it is, Morris, is that there's an actual rim on the snare now that wasn't there, like, before. Oh, I think part 4 might be off the click. I guess we'll find out. Oh yeah, I forgot that the album version rings out rather than genting at the end. Oh, my eyeballs! I'm sweating directly into them. Public warning for all drummers. Don't play the drums unless you've got something to put on your face immediately after playing the most metal of songs. Hello chat, by the way, I'm keeping up with you, I'm just not talking because my brain is doing things. Well, that was impromptu and fun. Oh my God, I am a sweaty man boy. Oh. Pardon me while I chug 17 gallons of water. I had no plan to do that. I haven't played that in ages. But something happens when you play the drums often enough with patterns that you have played many times before. They have a habit of staying in your brain, in the depths of your brain, and you can recall them at some point in the future. I feel like if I ever start to lose my marbles, and I feel like one of the last things I'll remember is how to play Tesseract songs. Because they're like half a life ago at this point, which is crazy. There were some very nice comments in chat, by the way. I'm steaming up, so I'm going to have to take them off for a bit. Oh, God. Should have bought a towel in here, really. Anyway, I've done this to myself. And now I can't read your comments, because I can't see. I kind of can. That was awesome, Jay. Thanks very much. Let's squint and see what the ones are. Hello, Mr. J. When are you guys going back to Denmark? I don't know. I don't know. I do know when we're going to other places. I do know when we're going to other places. But I can't say yet because it's not announced on Tesseract's page, is it? And if I announce it here before it's on Tesseract's page, then there's a chance they kick me out of the band and they get one of you guys in instead. And while that might be okay with you guys, you might be okay. You might be okay filling my spot, going on tour, then my childhood dream ceases to be a thing. I'm holding on for dear life. Yeah, I don't know when we're going back to Denmark. We're doing a bunch of festivals in June. I don't know if any of them are in Denmark. You'd have to check on the internet. This is the dumb thing, right? After like the first few times you go out of your own country to play a show, when you're me, you forget where you're going and where you've been. I've got no idea where I'm going most of the time. One of my students told me in an email earlier, was, "Oh my God, I'm going to see you in Spain in June." I'm like, "Are you?" I had no idea I was going to Spain. It's the most stupid thing. But it's also like, I remember the stuff that's important, right? And that's not to say that going to Spain isn't important to play a show. Of course it is. But the important thing to me is that I've just got to be good at playing a show. There are other people that arrange me getting to the place at this point. So I don't need to know where I'm going. So I don't like weigh myself down with all of that information. and if I need it, I've got a little card on my pocket normally that tells me how many days are left on the tour and where they're going. It's the craziest thing. It is a flipping Spinal Tap moment. It's the most ridiculous thing. We went to see Spinal Tap 2 in September last year. We were in the studio recording, just writing some new ideas. And yeah, Spinal Tap 2 was just on in the cinema, so we went to see it. And we found it so funny. We were like laughing out loud, and everyone else. There wasn't a very full cinema, as you might expect. And there was us and definitely one other band that had gone to see it, and then like 2 other people. So the cinema had like 15 people in it, maybe. And yeah, we were just like laughing our heads off and being noisy. But it was funny. What's your go-to rudiments that you use the most in songs? That is a drumming question, isn't it? Let's do it. Drumming questions ahoy. Right. Rudiments, other than your singles and your doubles, those 2 are essential. You need to be able to do those 2. Think of those as the binary of drumming, or what is it? It is digital, ones and zeros. It's like it's either one or it's the other thing. Your entire vocabulary is made up of those things. Singles, doubles, they are essential. I don't really think of those as rudiments though. I think of those just as you need to have them. Outside of that, variations of those things. So I would say I teach all of these things up on jpoststones.com for anyone that's interested. Very basic one, right, left, right? Really easy. And you might hear that as like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? But you might have been hearing me moving around the toms then as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, ding, 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 ding. Whenever I hit that, it's the start of the pattern again. If you instead hear it, change it to be 16th notes, right? So there's 4 of them, and we're just going to keep it in a bar of 4, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, that's how I like to use it. Putting the 3 and the 4 together, and the accent that you hear in there against the kick, the Anyone got any idea what polyrhythm that is? Ben is right, it is the 3/4 polyrhythm, right? So you're playing a 4 at the same 69 420 exactly. You've got a 4 and a 3 going on at the same time. 1 4's on the kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 on the floor, Tom. 1, 2, 3. Or switch it round. And you can make little rhythms out of it. And you can turn those into grooves, obviously, but then you're getting out of polyrhythm world and into something different. But you can see how strong even just that simple pattern is, right? That becomes ghost notes. If you play it between like the kick, instead of put it there instead and keep a quarter note on your right hand. Then you end up with the kind of starting point for a lot of grooves. All of the ghosts are in there, all of them. That is a 3/4 polyrhythm kind of simple beans on toast groove. Because you start there and then you can add on to it and make it even more interesting. So that's a rudiment that I use a lot because it shows up in fills and in grooves like that. And then let's think of some other ones. There's obviously linear patterns as well. So you can have linear patterns that'd be 3s that might be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All that was is kick, right, left, right. Super, super effective way to write some kind of sick linear fills. And then extending that one further, another good pattern to play. Everyone's going to know this is like the 2 up, 2 down. 1, 2, 1, 2. And you can extend that as well so that you can play so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, playing left and right, and then an extension of that 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, kick. We use those a lot. Now, at the moment, I've shown you all of the ones that pretty much everyone would go, oh yeah, every drummer's using that. Everyone's using singles, everyone's using doubles, everyone's using The triplet 1, 2, 3 kick, that pattern. Maybe not everyone's using that. Everyone's using the 2 up, 2 down, but is everyone using a parapadiddle? I haven't said paradiddle there, I said parapadiddle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left. Parapadiddle. Except you don't play it like that. You play it without a gap in it. And you can hear it 2 ways, right? You can hear it as a the J Post Owns Bingo card special. It is the J Post Owns Bingo card special because this comes up in pretty much every single thing that I do. It's one of my go-to fallback position, fill pattern things, right? This is, I could do a flipping entire clinic on this. I suppose I am doing one right now. The 2 ways are here in this one, right? You've got the quintuplet way. A quintuplet is when you're going to squeeze 5 notes into the length of another note. So if I was doing, like keeping a quarter note down there, a quintuplet, 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, that works. Right, that's kind of cool. But it's also not like, I don't know, that's not how I prefer to use it. How I prefer to use it is, do you remember what we did a moment ago with the 3s, where instead of doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, we did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, we put it back to a 4. I like doing that with a 5. Okay, so if I'm doing the quarter notes there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, It's all the same pattern, literally all the same pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, left, right, left, left. There are different versions that I'll tend to play between right, left, left, and right, left, left, right, left. So that one, and what's happened is that I've just riffed with that pattern so much over the years that it's now just part of my arsenal, part of my vocabulary. It's something that I enjoy teaching to people, because when you unlock a 5, it does a lot for your independence and coordination with fills. So you begin to step out of the world where you are kind of used to your 2s and some of your 3s and your 4s, and then you've got one that can change a fill around while you're playing the fill. So if you're playing a groove and then you throw a 5-stroke fill in, listen to what it sounds like. Pretty cool, right? One pattern did all of those things. One pattern. Sometimes I mirror the kick with my right hand. I call those cheat beats, where the right hand's doing what the kick's doing. I love doing that as well. But you throw a cheat beat and a 5 together and all of a sudden everyone calls you Batman. See what I'm saying? I don't know if anyone... I saw Independence Batman. I was looking for that in the chat to make sure I hadn't just made that up. That's what's going on though. That's what I'm saying. So there's a 5 for you. And there's all kinds of lessons up on my site that go into this kind of stuff in a bit more detail, because I know I'm just kind of touching on it here. Let me show you. Let me show you what this looks like. Look at this craziness. That's my Cubase session. You don't need to see that. You need to see this. And I need to make sure I'm logged in, otherwise I can't show you anything. Let's go to log in. Let's go to my email. Let's put my fingerprint on here. Let's get into my website. Look at this beautiful thing. We've done some things this week. We've added a resume button so you can zip straight back into your courses. If you are just starting out on the drums, I advise starting there. If you are a bit experienced at the drums and you want to jump into something really lovely, check this one out. This is my a practical course to modern drumming. This accompanies my book, and you've got a bunch of exercises and a lesson video, and there's 9 of them all the way through here. And this one is just getting you off the ground with the types of things that you guys just asked me. You know, the patterns that I'm going to use the most are in this thing, right? And let me just get back to courses real quick. The thing that we've added this week, I'm going to try and play along to it. So this is the course that I'm dropping at the moment. There's 1 lesson a week. The next lesson drops on Monday. And with Morris in chat, there he is, flipping legend. We've been working on some music, and you get to play along with music in these lessons now, which is flipping amazing. So check this one out. This one is a double syncopated double kick groove, right? And in the lessons, you now have this thing called an integration, and it gives you the ability to play along to the grooves and loop sections of the grooves. So just listen to this and you'll see what I mean. This might be insanely loud. If it is, I'll stop it. Yep, it's ridiculously loud. Hang on a minute. Let's just turn the volume down on that a bit. Let's try there. Check that out. How banging is that? And the idea, we're calling these integrations because the idea is you work up to the ability to be able to play the groove, right? And then we give you some music to work with. And the cool thing is you don't have to play it at speed. Like, you can slow it down. Right there, yes you can. Very sick. We've also got a version of it with a metronome, so you can play over that, which is exactly what I'm going to try and do for you guys now. To demonstrate. I haven't done this before. I literally haven't done this live. I just thought, you know what, it'd be fun. Let's try and do it. Let me just see the audio level going in. It seems like it's okay. Could it go up a little bit? How about there? flipping Morris laying down the banger there. But the idea is to just like jam around, make mistakes, because the whole point of trying to get better at the drums is allowing the mistakes to happen. And when the mistakes happen, you know what you've got to work on. And that's the only way you're going to get better, is to sound a bit crap. Sometimes people need to be told that, because it can be disheartening when you're like, oh God, do you know what I've got to do at the moment? I've got to learn new Tesseract stuff. And do you know what's difficult about that? Is that I always sound crap at the beginning of starting to do it. Every single time. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to get this as good as this perfect version that I've been sent, that has been programmed. I've got to get it that good, at least. And yeah, it's difficult. And along the path to that, you get better every time. The only thing that gets you there is consistency. Everyone's looking for the shortcut, and the shortcut doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is your willingness to turn up consistently and do the difficult thing. That's it. That's literally it. And if you find that difficult, the good news is I've got a community of people in my Discord who are all doing this kind of thing, and everyone's super supportive of each other. So get in my Discord if you're a drummer and introduce yourself, say hi, share a clip of what it is that you're working on, what you're practicing. And the cool thing is that everyone is helping each other find each other's blind spots, which is sick. People are helping each other out with tech. If you've got questions about using a DAW, but using Cubase, using OBS, I've had questions about that I've been able to answer in Cubase questions. It's not just drum questions. It's flipping sick. It's so good. So it's a wonderful byproduct of having worked with so many students, and the masterclass over the past 6 to 12 months has really taken off. And the students that have taken part in that have helped make this what it is. So yeah, including Morris. Morris is in chat right now. Like, he's been a flipping legend, and his like audio chops are well beyond anything that I can do. And as soon as I heard him doing that stuff, I'm like, dude, do you want to write some music for this stuff? Because that's going to make this thing like 1,000,000 times better. So that's what's going on. So now we've got music over these exercises, which is just next level in everything. So finding your people. If you think you might be one of our people, come and hang out. There's no cost to hang out. It's a free community. If you enjoy the lessons and you want to learn, then you can do that. And there's a 7-day free trial to check it all out on jpostsounds.com, including the stuff I just showed you. Go and check all that out. Yeah, man. It's a fun time. I should play some more songs though, shouldn't I? Should I play some songs before it turns into advert time with Jay? I don't ever mean to turn it into an advert, but it's impossible not to say something sometimes, you know. Let's do the next song on that Tesseract album. What is it? Let's see. Oh, bloody Sunrise. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. Here we go. No, you don't want to see that. You want to see that, don't you? You want to see the top of my head. You know what? I eat chips, I appreciate that, but actually this is really not that easy. I've forgotten the specifics of the pattern, so I'm kind of fumbling around it. A bit like that. Oh, I'm going to go into April as well, screw it, let's go. tried a few things there that were new and therefore didn't quite land. Like, heard what I was going for, but I was a little bit behind the times. You know what I mean? Off time. K-Mac's cover of April. I do remember that. Yeah, it was really good. That is a fun song to play. We've done a few different versions of that over the years. It's changed quite a bit, and it's one of those songs that enables you to, because it's kind of the same all the way through. There's a modulation where it changes from 3 to 4 all the way around. Yeah, it changes from a 3 to a 4, and it's just fun. It's fun to play with it. You don't have to do it the same every time. That's a song that could just be an integration up on my site where you could just play. Yeah, the Elliott version. That was sick. That was on Perspective EP, I think it was called. I can't remember the name. I think it was Perspective EP. Just go and check that out. But the basic pattern, you've just got this repeating ostinato. Right, 4 bars of 4/4, just playing along like that. So you learn that whole phrase, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it repeats. That's all it is. And over the top of that, really simple, kind of rock beat. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the snare on the 3, and in between that, you just move around, like accenting things that sound like they would be fun to move to. That's basically all I do over that one. So it is a very free song. If you're trying to ease into this world of odd-timed music and you want something that isn't too gnarly to get into. Yeah, I suppose it is kind of jazzy. I'm not a jazz drummer at all. I don't know the first thing about that world of music. But it's definitely, it's open to your vocabulary. It's open to your interpretation. So there we go. Elliot, is he singing for any bands? Yeah, Good Tiger. He's singing for Good Tiger. That's been his band for a long time. They just put out another record. Just go and check him out. He's a lovely dude. Flipping Elliot. He's the nicest guy. We've got like some tour diary footage from when he was in the band, and it was just fun. And he was geographically dense though. It was so funny. We were like in Holland driving south or north somewhere, and we were like talking in a Scottish accent or something. He was like, wait, are we in Scotland again? And we're like, no dude, we're completely not in Scotland. It was so funny. Oh god. I could say, are we in Scotland again, to any of the guys in Tesseract, apart from Dan because he wouldn't know. But any of the other guys, I could say, are we in Scotland again? And they would know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like a joke that Elliot probably doesn't even know it's stayed with us. If I said that to him, he'd be like, oh, come on! Like, he'd have no idea, but it definitely stayed with me. Flipping Elliot. I was chatting with him briefly because I was in his part of the world the end of last year. My wife had an art exhibition thing in New York, and we drove up with all the paintings, and I dropped him a message because I thought, man, I'm in your part of the world and I'm never in your part of the world when I'm like not with Tesseract, so if you're around. And he wasn't around. We couldn't make it work because I would have loved to have said hi, eaten a bagel with him, you know, shared it, Lady in the Tramp style, something like that. Just like old times. Would have been fun. Should we play another song? I think we probably should, shouldn't we? This one is, oh, this one's difficult. Why have I done this? This is Eden 2.5. We've put out loads of versions of Eden, and this one is a version of it I don't know is even out. Maybe it's out. You guys tell me if this is out. Let's go. Yeah, I've got no idea what that was all about. The vocals, I got so lost. Holy crap. Eden, everyone. It's a song about an area in Far Cry New Dawn where Joseph Seed has gone and hidden, and it makes you eat an apple. It turns you into a superpowered boy, and then you can double jump. It's not about that, but that shows you the level of knowledge I've got about Far Cry 5 and New Dawn. I played those games a lot. That's where my brain immediately went with the word Eden. Dan would have a better explanation of what that song is about. Someone mentioned earlier, this is your last book, or this is my last book, whatever it is. What Dan meant by that, it wasn't Dan. It was Abby. It was the vocalist that predates Dan in the band wrote that lyric. He had, just thinking of the word, it was, this is my last book, and he went, last paragraph. And Dan cut that bit out, I think. But this is your chosen last book. That bit stayed in because it was so catchy. It worked so well, and it was what we were used to hearing. And then Dan obviously worked around that. Yeah, fun little Tesseract trivia for the day. Crazy. Your second Palingenesis playthrough live. Palingenesis. That's the one with the silly saxophone stuff. It was that Calabio. Palingenesis is that bam, 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 bam. I forget the names of all these songs because there's so many of them now. That one isn't that difficult to play on the drums, but it's not that interesting live. I say that, we've never played it live. Here's the thing. We choose the live set based on our perceived energy. And that's a very difficult thing to measure, because all it is like how we feel on stage. If we all walk off stage and we're like, oh my God, that was a banger, right? It varies city to city, of course. Like everywhere you play in Latin America, South America, oh my God, the crowds. Oh, they're just ridiculous. There's so much energy. They're chanting the riffs. Not even the words sometimes. If there's no words, they're just like Juno, they're like, they're just going for it. It's like, oh my gosh. They're not a good crowd to determine if a show has high energy, right? However, a Belgian crowd, brilliant for determining if a show has good energy, because they will stand in the room with their arms crossed like it's a Tuesday night and they've been forced to be there. So, I could be in bed watching Strictly Come Dancing instead of doing this. You made me come and watch these grebos doing a flipping grebo dance on stage with these loud noises. Oh, that bit was good. I didn't mind that bit, but I don't know about that singer with the makeup. Don't know about that drummer. He just missed a beat. That guitarist hasn't washed his clothes in a couple of weeks. You can tell. That's what it's like playing in some of these places sometimes, and you can tell. Like you just like when you turn up, you know if it's going to be one of those days. However, if on those days people go for it, then it's a good time. In fact, you would be surprised. LA is one of those places. You would think an LA crowd would be banging, but the number of LA shows we've done where they're just like, yeah, okay, yeah, cool, dude. Like they're just like standing there, not really giving us any feedback. Meanwhile, San Francisco, completely different. Completely different. New York, oh my God, off the charts. So the last time we played in LA though, they went flipping mental, and we're like, okay, so we know that this current set really works because they went for it. And maybe this is a unique thing to us, right? Maybe that's not every single place, every single band. Maybe you get some just hype bands who are just heavy all the way through and sick. And it's just like, okay, the room's moving, can't help it, it's a banging. And we're like, we're a prog band, so it's highs and lows. We prefer to deliver a high show though, we really do. So, like Natural Disaster, Nocturne, Juno, War of Being, man, like Smile Into the Arrow, even though it's a bit slow, it still hits. King. There are certain songs that just work, which is why when we're working on new stuff, it's like, damn, what do we put in the new set? Because whatever the lead single is, we're going to have to lead with that. And I think I know what the lead single is going to be from the demos that we've got so far. Maybe it changes, I don't know. But I'll be recording it like in a week's time. How scary is that? Oh my God, it's crazy. But when are we on tour next? Someone is saying, I don't know. Well, I do know. I don't know, but I actually do know. June, we've got the summer festivals. Then there's some stuff in July that's not announced yet. And then there's some stuff later in the year that's not announced yet. So I can't say where they are or when exactly, because I would be jumping the gun and I would be announcing something before it's on Tesseract's page, and that would make me naughty. So I can't do that. But yeah, going back to the live show thing, it's all about the energy, and that's very subjective, but we all within the band universally agree on when a song works live, and yeah, that's what we go off of. So songs like April don't tend to make the cut anymore. Tourniquet, we do throw some of those songs in, but if we're playing like a prog festival, if we're doing like, there's a festival in Spain called Be Prog My Friend. Such a strange name for a festival. Be Prog My Friend. Okay, I will. Thank you. But that festival, we'll throw in a couple of oddballs into that one because it's a prog audience. They expect us to have a harpsichord on stage and play for 13 hours and play songs they haven't heard before, and wear flares, and we. I'm so spot on. We did one festival last year. Oh my god, I was going crazy by the time we went on stage. There was like three bands all day, and the band that were on before us, it was just insane. I've got no idea what they were doing. It was just like old style 60s prog. They were kind of dressed up in it as well. All of these instruments on stage, the most nonsensical music to my ears. Couldn't stand it. It drove me crazy. And I've got nothing to do. There's no phone reception there. I just had nothing to do. It wasn't like a normal festival either, so there wasn't like stands and things that you could go around and check out. I was just like, oh my god, I'm going crazy. Can't go back to the hotel because we're like an hour from the hotel. So you just got to sit in the dressing room, which of course is directly behind the stage, which was a changing room. It was like a gym. So me and Dan were just sat in this gym getting blasted with old ass terrible prog. Couldn't stand it. Playing on our Steam decks, looking at each other going, oh my god, how is this our life? That's honestly a lot of touring, I'm not going to lie. You're just like in a room waiting. That's what it's like. But that is the life I chose. There's a whole thing that comes with this. It's like you might idolize the people that you see in bands that have like got to a point, but do you want that lifestyle? Do you want the lifestyle they've got? To get the thing that you think that they've got, which is whatever you think it is, however you measure it, to get that you've got to be willing to live their life. Do you want that? Do you want that life? Do you want to be away from home for 6-7 weeks at a time? Do you want to have to fly everywhere all the time? Do you want to have to go to airports all the time? No, trust me, you don't. It's, yeah, there are sides to this that I didn't know at the start of it, that at the end of a tour, an album campaign, you're like, that's so hard. The end of the War of Being campaign, especially, I did like 6 trips to and from the UK in a year, and lots of other places, and I was so over it at that point, and I had to fly back to the UK drum show like less than 2 weeks after I'd got back from recording, and that was less than 2 weeks after I'd got back from another thing, but I just had to come home for a couple of weeks to just like be home, you know what I mean? And by getting to the UK drum show, I'm just like, oh my god, I've got to go to that fucking airport again. I've got to go to the airport, I've got to get on a plane again. It produces so much like dread leading up to it, which is crazy. But I really love the playing. I really love the playing the drums. I really love the being on stage and being with my boys. All of that side of it's so good. It just involves so much travel. I'm so over the travel. But there are things about everyone's job that they don't enjoy, and that is the part of my job that I do not enjoy. But I've got a Steam Deck, so I'll play a game on it and it'll be fine. The thing that I wish is that everyone could just lie down on an aeroplane and go to sleep. If it's a red eye, there's some new law that's across the entire globe that means everyone gets to lie down and sleep. It is a form of torture to make you sit up in a line with 3 other people and not sleep for 8 hours when you should be sleeping. It's so shit. That is a particular hate of mine. Anyway, I played through all of the one. I played through all of one today. Thank you for anyone that picked up a copy of one after the 15 years of one, which is kind of a mental thing. Morris, best airport. Best airport. Charlotte on the way back because I'm leaving an airport. How about that? Charlotte has improved quite a lot, to be honest. The food options at Charlotte are terrible. Oh my god. If you're not into terrible pizza or fried chicken, you're screwed. It's rubbish. It's like, come on, put some good food in here. Heathrow's not bad. I don't mind Heathrow. I mean, best airport. It's like, which is the best punch in the face? You know what I mean? Which one of these punches in the face, directly in the face, straight on in the nose, makes your nose, just crushes your nose? Which one of these is the best? Which one of these direct shins to the bollocks is the best? Choose between these 10. Which one crushes the nuts the most? That one. They're all terrible. They're all all a terrible experience. But yeah, and the thing is, I'm keeping going, guys. I'm gonna keep going. It's only a terrible experience because people have made it a terrible experience. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be this terrible. But at some point, someone was a dickhead and tried to blow up a plane, or did blow up a plane. So they're like, okay, well, we need security. And then at some point, someone still managed to do that. They smuggled it in their shoe or something. So, okay, now you've got to take your shoes off. So you've got to do that. Now you've got to walk through an X-ray thing. Now you've got to have someone fiddle with your bollocks and make sure that you haven't got a gun instead of a penis. Like, it's just ridiculous. And you've also got to wait in line for all of this to happen. And you can't have any water. You can't put any water through this because what if it's not water? Because someone managed to clear some flipping transparent liquid through at some point that blew something up. It's like, oh my God. So a couple of dickheads meant that everyone's experience at an airport is horrendous unless you've got 20 times as much to pay for your flight. If you've got 20 times as much, you can have a nice experience. If, like everyone else, you've got about $1,500 to spend, then you're going to be stuck with the rest of the pigeons. And that's all it is. It's just the worst. I don't like it at all. But one day, I'm going to be flying horizontally every time. And it's going to be nice. And then I'm going to moan about that. And then I'm going to fly on my own plane. And then there's going to be someone with a bigger plane, so I'm going to need a bigger plane. The problem's just, it's like everything, the goals grow, don't they? But beyond a first world problem, oh, my flight isn't nice enough. Yeah. Is there any good airports in your country that you like? No. That is an easy answer. Not at all. I appreciate that question, though. I appreciate all the questions about this. The one that has private security instead of TSA. I think in the age that we live in, what should happen is as you're approaching an airport, everything about you is scanned, because it already is probably, and then you just go straight to your gate, and that's it. And there's enough, they only sell the seats on the plane that there actually are seats on the plane rather than overselling, because I've been denied boarding a couple of times because of that bullshit. And you board the plane in order of seat, so that you just go to your seat and you put your bag above your seat, and that's it, and you haven't got someone else's bag there immediately. It's like, there's a much more simple way to do it, but they make it difficult because people are terrible. And on that, I'm going to play one more song for you and then I'm going to go. This song isn't from One, because I've played enough of One today. This song is gonna be... which one shall I? Oh, I'll do this one. This one's really difficult and I like it. All right. You guys have been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for spending your Friday night with me. I won't be live for the next 2 Fridays, everyone. I'm very sorry, but I'm going to be in England. Yes, I am. I'm going to be recording new Tesseract. And that's it. That's all there is to it. How exciting. But I am still going to be in Discord every now and then, so if you guys are wanting to hang out and chat and have fun, that's where to be. That was funny. Dropping a stick doesn't happen very often, but it does happen every now and then. We are all only human after all. Thank you all so much, guys. 3 things if you've got 60 seconds. Number 1, go and join Discord. These are all links in the video description. Number 2, grab yourself a copy of my free drumming ebook. It's not going to cost you anything if you're trying to learn a drum and you want to learn some of the things I can do on the drums. It's all in there. Number 3, if you are learning things on the drums and you'd like to have a helping hand, check out jpostones.com, get yourself a 7-day free trial, and that's it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll be back in about mid-April for my next live stream. I'll try and get some footage for you from the studio, especially if you're in Discord. You're going to get a bunch of updates from me. And until then, be really, really nice to everyone and have a nice time and get good sleep and eat well and go for walks and get some sunshine and spend some time in a hammock and try not to go on social media as much. And if you see a goat, give it a banana. It'll absolutely love it. I've got goats out the back and they love bananas. All right, guys, see you next time in a bit.